Hello.
Hello. So usually we kind of give a little bit of time for people to join, but welcome to 10 at 10. So if you are new here, our 10 at 10 is kind of just a little time for us. It's 10 minutes. That's the name, 10 at 10. It's just a little bit of time for us to kind of talk about something that's either emerging, something we're interested about. And just kind of a little bit of info about what we're seeing in the industry.
And lately, if you are familiar with our 10 at 10 sessions, you know that Spencer and I often cover social media news. But lately, that has been a little bit lower in the
Mhm.
headlines when it comes to emerging news, emerging technologies in the digital marketing and just marketing space in general. And that is because AI is shifting everything, not just not just use in our business or your businesses in our industries, but really just how it's impacting, even if you've never opened an AI system ever, you're still being impacted by the changes
Yep,
on the landscape.
in
So,
some way. Yep.
mhm.
But yeah,
So we're going to kind of dive into those today and what that means for specifically financial, manufacturing, and ad agencies.
yes,
I
yep.
always forgot the third one
I couldn't
too.
think of it either.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm Spencer Koppel. I'm a digital specialist here at Commedia Solutions.
And I am Madison Mead. I am a digital strategist, and we will put Spencer's
Update the
name on here
title.
as
Yeah, I
well
mean,
so we
it's
know who you
okay.
are. Yeah, there we go.
Cool. There we go.
Perfect. I'm going to just kick us off then, I guess, while everyone kind of rolls in. The first topic we're going to run through as far as AI and how it's impacting agencies, manufacturing, and financial is going to be a recap from last week. I'll keep it brief, I promise, but you
Hmm.
probably will continue to hear me talk about this. Is our AI search case study that we've done over the last 2 years. And now what this looks at is search organic sessions, specifically just how does organic search, how does it look like for our clients? How is it changing as AI overviews rolled out? Now we have Google has their ask bar.
Yep.
So the biggest way that AI is first influencing us across our industries is just the organic search experience. Now this graph you're looking at here is one of our key insights from our case study that we did across some of our clients. We did 6 total, and we looked at their different organic data across the last 2 years. And remember, in 2025 is when Google's algorithm changed to be more AI based in general. And then throughout 2025 and now 2026, we've seen AI overviews roll out. We've seen ask bars roll out. We're seeing LLMs emerge as
Hmm.
as a search versus just using Google. What we looked at is organic sessions over this time. And now control group A, the gray group that you're seeing go down, that's organic sessions compared to their baseline in 2024, and they have just decreased exponentially by 63 points in total over those last 2 years. And then control group B, that is our smart search group. Those are clients who actually signed off on smart search packages early in 2025 and through now to 2026. And that is because we knew that this horizon was changing. We knew we needed to get on some new strategies. And so we no longer did traditional search strategies, as you see with control group A. And as you can see, despite these changes in AI, control group B has just exponentially grown in organic sessions. So
Yeah.
that was a lot, but that's my
Yeah.
insight one.
No, I think it really shows that obviously you have like traditional search, things like that, but there really is a whole nother section emerging, and that's kind of how you appear within different LLMs. So it's not just what it used to be where it's like, okay, well, how do I show up when I Google my business? It really is how do I show up when I'm on, ChatGPT, Gemini, any of these other different AI service line or AI platforms. How do I show up there? So it really is kind of changing a lot of that discussion where obviously we can see from the metrics that if you're not really looking at it and you're not really kind of striving towards that, it kind of is just declining if you're not paying attention to it.
Yeah, and I think that the full story that's not present here in just this little snippet, and what we really found is it's not just that more people are finding these sites, is that they're actually getting more questions answered in AI
Mhm.
citations, and there are just more people that are coming to your site because of those citations, and
Yeah.
they're going to be more likely to convert. So if someone sees an AI overview that one of these financial clients here is going to be the best for whatever they're looking for,
Mhm.
they're then searching specifically for that business and visiting your site and taking a conversion action. So
Yeah.
they're all kind of related now, and that's why we're just calling it smart search. It's all just kind of this one related package now.
Yeah. So yeah, kind of continuing off of that though, so businesses really do continue, and they are really continuing to rapidly grow because of AI. It's really kind of developed from being a niche little, like, oh hey, have you checked this out before? a niche little program to really a tool that a lot of different businesses and agencies are starting to use in daily work and daily progress. So it really is a thing that can help with efficiency and development, customer experience. Really, it is a kind of a one size fits all, and it really is, like I said, becoming much more of a tool. And so one of the biggest ways that companies are starting to use that is automation, and specifically task automation. Things like if you have a repetitive task that you constantly have every single week that you know could easily be kind of put into AI to help alleviate a little bit of that. It really gives you a lot more time. So if you're able to automate a task, it's able to kind of give you a little bit more time to focus on things like strategy, relationship building with your clients, and kind of overall creativity. So it kind of can help bridge that gap a little bit where, hey, I have this task that I constantly have every single week, and it's the same thing. It's just very repetitive. Using AI as a tool to kind of help filter that out, where you can kind of focus on more of the big picture things, while you have the AI kind of focus on some of those more mundane tasks. But the goal is really not to replace people with AI. It's still having that human element within it, but just kind of letting you do the things that you do best as a human. Really having that discussion and figuring out like, okay, well, I really want to focus on this, or I really want to discuss with this client, but I'm just so busy. And really just having those discussions and making sure that it's not replacing people, but it still is being used as a tool.
And I think a good example of how we're able to do things, I think not replacing the human, but just adding a tool to sort of enhance the human. I think a good example of that is the amount of data that I was looking at for this AI search case study over the course of 2 years across paid and organic channels for several different clients. One of the ways I was able to do that is because I could do such mass data analysis by having the help of some AI tools and just spreadsheet creation, just how to lay it out, how to understand that data. It gave me a lot more time for how to analyze and think about, and what are some of our conclusions out of that data.
Exactly.
So yeah, it makes it a lot more fun that way.
Yeah. And so kind of on that note, we did recently launch an AI service line. I think it was about a month or so ago. And kind of this is in line with what we kind of offer within this AI service line, and Madison's going to share the link here. But we do have a whole bunch of different services that and this automation is included within that. So that's something that if you're wanting or you're interested in potentially looking at opportunities within that space of, hey, I have this, I really want to automate it, click this link or go to our website, and we can definitely have a discussion to kind of see where automation might be able to fit into your company. Like we said, it's really important to still have that human and that person element, but where can we use AI to kind of help streamline a little bit more of that process?
Absolutely. And so I sent that link out there if you're interested. I think it's just a neat idea to sort of consider. We just want to make ourselves available as a tool to our clients and to anyone, viewing this, seeing this as a way to usher in this new age that we're in. Yeah. And in order to close, we've got a couple more minutes. Speaking of this new age, I just think if you can't tell, just love to look at the data of all things. And this is something we posted in early June, and now we actually have July data to look at as well. So I thought this would be a perfect time to look at this. But AI agent traffic is here. Agentic marketing, agentic experiences are on the horizon. And if you're not familiar with that, that is just in sort of, I can't say autonomous, but like an AI tool that can go and do things for you. It can create tasks, and kind of within rules, go and do things. And in the case of that we're looking at here across 4 clients in consumer banking, mortgage banking, tourism, and manufacturing, these are agents that are going and retrieving something. So they're going on their site, they're, whether they're pulling information, they're helping find form information, they're coming back to the consumer with different retrieved information. And in May and beyond, we didn't see any of that traffic. In order to see it, you'd have to go and look at a certain session source filter and Google Analytics, and you could find that people were searching about you. But now it's actually its own segmented source of traffic in Google Analytics. And in June, this is what we saw for these 4 clients. And in July, even though incrementally, we saw all of that traffic increase. So it's something to be aware of, to watch. There is, agent traffic coming to your site, no matter what industry you're in, whether it's really small or it's becoming more increasing. I think it's important to pay attention to what is that AI getting on your your website, what are people using it for, and then make sure you're gearing your content towards those.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest takeaway from all of this is AI is not really much of a trend anymore. It really is part of the industry now. And so successful businesses are starting to use AI to help kind of operate, compete, and still stay visible within the space. I think that's the biggest takeaway from this.
All right, and that was a perfect
That was
10
yeah.
minutes. So if you have any questions about this, feel free. We do monitor the comments afterwards. So if you're seeing this after the fact, if you have questions on the AI service line, if I talked too fast and you had no idea what I said, feel free to just shoot us a message, and we love to talk about any of this anytime.
Cool. Thank you guys.